bitch, you a bird, you thigh, you learn, you see, I earn, you stop. A word, I shoot, no rim, I'm high, you burn, I'm me, that's him, you nah, that's word.
Well, having a successful PFL debut, my man Derek Brunson. Derek, how we doing, dude?
How are you?
I'm great, man. Good to talk to you. I mean, like I said, we talked at media days before, and we've been talking on Instagram every now and then, so it's good to finally be face-to-face. And I guess my first question is that a lot of people are wondering, first time in the smart cage compared to the UFC octagon. How did that feel, man? I mean, looked great. I assume you felt great. The fans certainly received you well.
Oh, good. Whenever I'm in a smart cage octagon, I'm in my habitat. So I feel like, that's where I do my best work. Want to go out there and get the job done. And last fight was able to do that.
And then obviously Gilbert Burns was just sitting in the chair you're sitting in. You guys both trained together at Killcliff. And like I asked Gilbert, I'm going to ask you a big new thing on the horizon for you outside of fighting. I mean, it's kind of connected to fighting, but you know what I mean? Not inside the cage fighting with your fists. You're a part of Home of Fight, a huge new MMA media content creation publication. So many things you could call it because, they're doing podcasts, covering events, articles, interviews, you name it, the whole nine. And they already have 500,000 followers, so it's going to go way up. So I guess my question is, how did you get involved in this, and what is Home of Fight?
Yeah, we want to take over the combat sports world, cover the event, cover, fighters, just be like a new innovating way that have fighters who fought and be a part of it. So we came up with the ideal, me, my friend Matt, Gilbert, and Hayden. We sat down and talked, and we was like, hey man, maybe this would be good for us all to get in and try to make this a big thing. We did it, and here we are, trying to get it off the ground and make sure we, take it to the top.
And then what is your role exactly? I mean, because I see you be betting a lot now on Twitter, Mr. Parlay King.
Yeah, a little everything, that's right now we're in our early stages, so we are identifying roles. But yeah, I like to do a bit of everything. I'm a businessman, so I like to stay engaged and know what's going on. So yeah, like I said, we in the early stages, so we identifying roles. But we're gonna do a little bit of everything. We have a lot of ideas, and me, Gilbert, Matt, and Hayden, we're gonna sit down, and collab and come up with ideas and try to make this one of the biggest sports, combat sports, MMA platforms that we possibly could.
And then it's unique because you're a fighter. You're somebody who has dealt with media at events for, your whole career. So I guess that being said, what do you want to see differently? What do you want to bring differently with Home of Fights compared to all the other media companies? And again, no shade. It's not like any of those companies are doing anything bad. They're incredible and they're the OGs for a reason. But what are you looking to, shake up and freshen up with Home of Fight?
For sure. Bring some fresh content, some fresh ideas, bring some cleverness, wittiness, stay with the trends in today's world. Just make it fun, give people things that they want to see, make sure it's entertaining, make sure we got some good coverage, really get the hardcore things, other than fighting, get some things outside the cage, really be first to cover it and stuff like that. So yeah, we just want to take over and really feature and be, first to everything.
I think, Home of Fight the goal is to bring a little bit more of a personal side sometimes to covering fights, make people laugh, see inside of a fighter rather than just what they present themselves in the cage. So I love the unique perspective. And I think, personalities like yourself, Maddie, Gilbert, this company is going to go very far. Happy to be involved in any way, shape or form. And, now switching gears a little bit to what a lot of fans want to hear about, PFL Bellator merger. You're obviously on the PFL roster, which I guess now means you're on the PFL Bellator roster. I don't know if I know how it works exactly, but I guess what are your plans in 2024 fighting?
I'm just going with the flow training. I really put a lot into my last fight camp. I started running and really, trying to be intricate with the details. And, I think I found a smooth little way that I can get things done. So I just really want to stay on top of that and keep adding to that. And then we're going to schedule a fight, pretty soon, waiting to see what PFL comes to us with. We're going to do the tournament. So yeah, we're just waiting, trying to see what PFL have for us, and we go from there.
And is that official you're going to do? Because you mentioned light heavyweight. So are you going to enter that tournament bracket this season?
That's the plan, so we just waiting for the official go ahead and, get this thing rolling, get everything kicked off.
Well, at the press conference, they said April they're kicking off the season. So hopefully you get some fight news very soon there, especially with such a successful debut with the promotion. And are you interested in also doing like any one-off fights with them? Like, I don't know if it would be against Bellator people or just getting involved in more of those.
For sure, I'm always interested. It's the fight game, so whenever opportunity to come up that makes sense, I'm all about it. So yeah, MMA has been the back end of my life in my adulthood. So I'm all in. I love MMA. I love combat sports. So yeah, just ready for the next task at hand.
And then what kind of guy are you? Like, what's more? I know they go hand in hand, but if you're really looking and reflecting down the road, like winning the PFL tournament, does that belt mean more to you, or does that $1 million mean more to you?
A little both. It would be nice for sure to get a belt. I haven't held a belt in my career yet, so to be able to cap my career off with a belt, that'd be very huge for me and a big accomplishment. So I'm definitely up for that task.
And then, I mean, a big part of Homa Fight and your training, I don't know how closely you guys work together in the gym. I never made it into Killcliff, but both you and Gilbert are at Killcliff. So I guess, like, how is that to have, I assume, a friend and a teammate now be a partner in a business, whatever, if you will?
Good. Gilbert's a smart guy. He comes from hard work. He made it to the top. He's been around for a long time, just like myself. So, you have two guys that, been at the top of their career throughout their whole career, and being able to work with him, he's going to put forth the work, same work that he put in the MMA, and as is, with me. So yeah, it makes it a good collaboration. And like, I think the sky's the limit for sure.
And then how do you see Jack Della, Maddalena, and Gilbert Burns going down?
Man, Gilbert's so tough, man. I see Gilbert going out there dominating, never count him out. Old savvy vet, still has some good fights left. I see him going out there dominating, getting the job done. Jack's tough. Jack, right? Jack?
Yeah, Jack Della, Maddalena.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I didn't want to try his last name because I would have butchered it. But
JDM.
Yeah, JDM. Yeah, there we go. So JDM, yeah, he's tough, man. He's a tough young kid, but I like Gilbert in that fight, he's really good everywhere, and I think, he's going to cap it off.
Yeah, that's a banger down there in Miami. It's a great card, UFC 299. I'm excited for that. I know you'll be betting on that one. And I teased the Parlay Kings earlier, man. And I guess Super Bowl, who you got, man?
Super Bowl. Oh man, Kansas City is actually, well, you know what? I can't adopt them as my team. The Panthers are my team, but I'm a Mahomes supporter from day one since college. When him and Baker was shooting it out in college with like 500 plus yards each in a game. But so if I had a choice of who I want to win, it would be Kansas City. But 49ers, they're kind of loaded from top to bottom, defense, special teams, offense. Whereas Kansas City is kind of like a timely offense and a defense been stepping up. So man, it'd be interesting. I think when it's all said and done, I think Mahomes will go down as the greatest quarterback to ever play. So like that's what they're going up against, and we'll see what happens. But if I had to pick, probably with 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Eagles fan like Maddie, so I hate the 49ers just because they're NFC and whooped us this year. But yeah, I think the Chiefs probably, I think the 49ers probably got that one over the Chiefs. But I don't know. Should people listen, or are you telling people to bet that money line on 49ers?
Honestly, I think if you're gonna play anything, maybe play the over. You know what I mean? You don't even have to get involved in who wins. Play the over. You don't have to sweat it out. You can just hope that they show up and the offenses show up. And that's probably most high percentage play, I would say. Probably take the over. I think it's like 47.5 or something like that.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Hit that Super Bowl over for Derek Brunson.
Or tease it down. Take it to 45 or something like that. You might get like minus 150 or something like that. So
yeah, you need them alternates, dude. That's where you make that money.
Yeah.
You know what's up. But Derek, man, before I get you out of here, so many fans everywhere watching your PFL UFC journey and now hopping on board Homa Fight. That being said, the mic is yours. Anything if you want to say, take it away.
Man, make sure everybody tune in. Homa Fighting, we're going to do a lot of great things in combat sports, MMA, and bring a lot of good coverage. And we got some fighters, some good content creators, and here we go.
And Derek, I mentioned, we like to get a little silly and do things a little differently in Homa Fight. So on the way out, you got to do me a favor. You got to give me one of your famous. Yes, sir. Derek Brunson, ladies and gentlemen.
I came here to ball. Where the hell is Jake?